2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Looking at Los Angeles, they're coming in off a win in their last game against Phoenix. That game was a real shootout. They'd like to keep their scoring up, but get a few more stops too. Let's talk about Klay Thompson, one of the best wings in the NBA. Might be the most complete shooting guard in the league. Most complete? What do you think?
I would have to say most complete. And, what I really like about his game, especially playing next to Steph Curry, when you play with a guy that has a little bit more, you tend to steal a little bit what they're doing. So, his ball handling is definitely getting better. He can help with the playmaking duties. But what I love about this guy, he can score in a variety of ways.
His defense could be stifling at times, too. I mean,
he's a great two-way player.
He's a two-way player. But I don't know if I would give him the best two-guard yet in the NBA. But he's in the rearview mirror of anybody who considered that. And James Harden probably would be the guy over there.
Stop it. He's better than James. Cut it out.
I tell you, James Harden carries teams, and Klay Thompson is on a team to help
won
carry.
a championship?
That's help carried. That's all.
That is all. That's a good point. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Manning the middle, standing 6'11", number 27, Zaza Pachulia, the big man.
Everyone's in their seats here at the Oracle Arena as the Golden State Warriors look to grab a win in front of the home crowd here. Looking at that last game for the Los Angeles Clippers, it was a win against Phoenix. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Booker. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Anthony. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's George in at the 3 slot. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Here's Green, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Paul outside. Green against Anthony. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
It's hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career. And I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
That free throw good from Anthony. For Carmelo, the numbers are there for him to be treated as a Tier 1 star still, I think, Clark, but it's hard to call him underrated.
Yeah, I think he'll be underrated until he's able to get to the championship round or maybe even win a ring. There's one thing that's clear, though. He's been under a lot of pressure since he's come into the league, and he hasn't been underrated in that regard.
Durant, no good.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Anthony kicks to George. Outside Jordan. 5 on the clock. That's good for George on the assist by Anthony. George has got 5.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Green, the screen. Curry kicks to Durant. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
George against Durant. Curry with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. And that one's good. Durant.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a 1-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
And Anthony gets it to go.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
Thompson passes to Curry. He kicks it to Pachulia. Plenty of space. Here's Green. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Green's got his second basket.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Anthony with the bucket.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Now here's Anthony. after the miss from Stephen Curry. That is good. And that's now 11 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
Now here's Curry. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Just 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound, and he gets it to go. 6 points for Draymond Green. Clippers leading by 6. Here's Paul. A 14-point game for him in the win against Phoenix. George with the screen on Green. Jordan the screen. George against Durant. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Kevin Durant. If you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Durant against George. Now the pass to Carmelo. Can't hit, and Golden State will go the other way with it. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And I believe what that game came down to was their ability to really knock down those triples.
Yeah, I thought the work they did on the perimeter was excellent. It was just too much for that defense, or really any defense for that matter, to handle.
And here's George after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. From 13, the shot by George, no good. The Warriors have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Curry dishes to Thompson. Golden State moving it around. There's the triple. West controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. West has got his first basket of the night.
And a nice soft touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle a touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
Yeah, but how about the fight there prior to that ball being available? That's what I like and what you need to really focus on when they have plays like that.
Hey, guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning-quick release on his jump shot.
And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter. Greg, you're talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. Clark, this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like his size. I like his stroke. I like his toughness. I think he's going to be better defensively than people think. He's got a lot of good stuff in his game already.
The shot by Anthony, no good. Warriors leading by 3. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. The 3-ball. Rebounded by McGee.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
It's tipped. Taken away by Anthony. Paul outside. Kicks it to George. Shot to end this cold run. Poked away.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
And Baamute's checked in for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 3. Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
We talked about the difficulties of facing a player like Chris Paul, and he said that what makes Paul so incredible is his court vision. He explained that there haven't been many players like Paul who can pick a defense apart with both his passing ability and his patience in the offensive sets, saying really, he can just wait you out until he sees a weakness, and that's where he attacks.
Thanks, Doris. And he gets it to go.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
Los Angeles with some changes. Steve Novak comes in for Mbah a Moute. And it's Richardson in for Paul George. Warriors leading by 3. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Thompson with the bucket.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now Booker. He's coming off a 31-point game against Phoenix.
And, you know, he was getting fouled time and time again and really delivered at the free throw line. Huge contribution there, guys.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. The Warriors on top. They lead by 5. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And Clippers head coach Doc Rivers told us earlier he wants to embrace criticism and embrace lofty expectations. Doc Rivers is really a master motivator, isn't he? I mean,
yeah,
it's almost jiu-jitsu, the way he takes something like criticism and Clark turns it into a compliment.
How could you not want to play for Doc? I mean, he's the ultimate players coach and the kind of guy his players would do anything for. He's played the game, and he's a tremendous communicator.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
So for the Clippers right now, we've got Mbah a Moute. Chris Paul is out there with Richardson. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Now here's Paul. He dishes it to Mbah a Moute. The feed now to Carmelo. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. And guys, I would have to say one of the most underrated defensive players in the NBA, Draymond Green. Might not be the case anymore after coming in second in the Defensive Player of the Year voting last year.
Yep, he might not look the part. You know, undersized, but you talk to the scouts and the stat geeks, they'll tell you he's one of the best in the game defensively.
Here is Livingston. Pass to Green. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. Anthony with the defensive effort.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And for Green, long arms, great anticipation. We talk about the IQ. Also the willingness to absorb contact. All part of what makes him special on the defensive end of the floor. In that type, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Chris Paul, his second team.
Here is Livingston. Richardson covering. Livingston passes to Curry. It's Durant on the wing. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Durant's got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors.
And, you know, now we have all these analytics. And if you look at all the advanced measures for defense, Draymond Green is one of the best in our game. I mean, and teams are better able to measure now defense with player tracking and the cameras. So I think that helped Green when the time came for him to sign his contract.
Chris Paul.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Green's got 11 points.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Now here's Anthony. 17 points in his last outing. There's the bucket. Good. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
Warriors call timeout.
Timeout called the Warriors. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Exactly. 2 top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff seeding.
A big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for JaVale McGee. Paul George comes in for Mbah a Moute. Booker, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Shorty in for Paul. Green, no luck. Clippers trail by 5. Clippers were so strong on the road last season. They led the league, Clark, in field goal percentage while on the road. And actually they scored more points away from Staples than in it.
Especially down the stretch, Kevin. I mean, they finished the regular season with 8 straight road wins to get home court advantage in the first round. Superb.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And the Clippers, with those 8 road wins at the end, you mentioned, that pushed their road record to 26-15. That was second best in the league. It also set a franchise high for road wins.
Al Richardson following Durant's three-point attempt. Outside, George. The Warriors pull it in.
You know, what's amazing about the Clippers on the road last year, guys, was the context. I mean, they had a bunch of back-to-back games and went 16-4 on the back end of back-to-backs. 11 of those came on the road.
Here's Shorty. He feeds it to Booker. Takes the 3. Green with the rebound. Warriors leading by 5. Livingston dishes to Green. Durant against Richardson. Here's Pachulia. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And the Warriors lead by 7.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
The 3 from George. George missing again.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Jordan the screen to the wing on the left. And Booker kicks to George. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
For George to be eager to go back and represent the U.S. in international play is a brave move.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, a lot of it might be that he just wants to put that in the past and move on. And sometimes you do that best by confronting things head on. The only way to have that be the past is to keep playing for his country.
Now here is Varejao.
And guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Varejao. He had finally shaken the back injury that sidelined him the year before, signs the multi-year contract extension with the Cavs. Things were starting to look up, and only 3 weeks later, he tears the Achilles and was ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break.
Anthony's checked in for the Clippers. Paul comes in for Shorty. The shot by George, wide open. And a miss there on the triple.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
And adding insult to injury, certainly, Greg, as you were talking about, Varejao played well at the start of last season. Shooting 56% from the field. Clark, I think he was over 70% from the line. Those were career highs.
Yeah, and a terrible blow for Varejao and the Cavs because of that injury, the Achilles tendon. But it led to the deal for Mozgov, and that's worked out quite nicely.
Here's Thompson, following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Knocks it loose. That one off the back iron and out. Clippers trail by 8, 3-on-3, and that one's good.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Paul against Thompson. Outside for George. Here's Anthony. The shot's good on the assist by George. And that's 17 points for Carmelo Anthony. Warriors leading by 6. Down low, here's Curry. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Paul kicks to Booker. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Durant's checked in.
Kevin Durant.
41 seconds left here in the second. Left side, Curry. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And now it's a 10-point Warrior lead.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Paul. Jordan kicks to Paul. It's George on the wing. Anthony in the corner. Back to George. 6 on the shot clock. 14 feet away. Anthony's shot is off. On the wing, Thompson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on George. The Warriors have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
And the first half is now in the book.
Doc, what happened there in the first half?
Well, we missed shots, turned the ball over, second shots. I really think what's disappointing is our bad offense is dictating our bad defense right now.
Doc, appreciate it. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.